And, I remember one time walking in the studio, Bleak Beans, everybody was in there. And I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now. Just flood it, put out a lot of music because 50 Cent is coming. And, 4 months later, In the Club hit and it was over. It was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out.
Accusation about Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old.
Right.
And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, that the statement is something you can tell it was written by a lawyer. There's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. It says, you're going to find out, how I'll handle this. And that's an attorney going to be combative with another attorney. That's not like a publicist would say.
Jay-Z is shaking in his boots when it comes to 50 Cent. And now, 50's a spilling tea that could set the whole industry on fire. We're talking whispers of cheating, shady moves with young artists, and even a secret deal tied to Beyonce. Behind the scenes, Jay's been calling the shots, warning his circle to keep their distance from 50. But 50's done staying quiet. And now he's calling out every single name Jay thought he could keep hidden.
The big homie, Jay-Z, right? I said to my nephew, I said, yo, listen, I have to ask him this straight up. So I said, yo, why? Who is the people that's on NFL? And he said to me, and I'm sorry for anybody who don't understand. And he said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. He said, no, Eminem.
Their feud runs deep way back to the late 90s when 50 came for Jay on his How to Rob track, throwing shade and calling him an imposter. Even then, 50 saw through him, claiming Jay was all talk with no real bite. Instead of going bar, Jay was out here blackballing artists and pulling strings to crush careers. Look at how he moved against Nas years later, trying to slow down his album sales by any means necessary. He played the same game with 50, flooding the market right before 50's drop date. Jay and Diddy loved to preach about uplifting black artists, but in reality, those same artists were the ones they were shutting out. Take Beanie Sigel, same story. Jay would line up his own releases to overshadow Beanie's every single time. And then there was the Super Bowl drama. Jay tried to ice 50 out completely. It was only after Eminem personally demanded 50's a spot that he finally made it back onto the stage. And that's the difference. M has been solid from day one, always keeping 50 in the circle. Even at the height of his fame, 50 Cent never turned his back on the people around him.
You couldn't be bigger than Jay-Z. You couldn't sell more records than Jay-Z. But all you had to do was listen to Benny Siegel. And Benny Siegel, oh my God. Oh my God.
Tony Yayo himself has said 50 Cent is a legend in rap, not just because of his music, but because he stays approachable and real with other black artists. No matter how big he gets, Jay-Z's totally different vibe. He acts like he's sitting on a throne nobody else can touch. For Jay, business always comes first, and almost every move he makes has been about stacking more money and power. 50 even went as far as saying Jay's marriage to Beyonce wasn't about love at all, but simply a contract. And if you look closely, ever since that wedding, Jay's been scooping up Grammys left and right, building an image like he's untouchable. But behind that image, rumors have always said the marriage was pure strategy, of power move designed to boost both of their careers. That's also why, according to whispers, Jay can't stay faithful. For years, the streets have talked about an alleged fling with Rihanna back in the day. And here's where it gets controversial. Rihanna was just a teenager when Jay brought her into the industry. She was flown to the US, reportedly meeting with him alone late at night before getting signed. The timing and setting raised plenty of eyebrows. And Jay's history doesn't stop there. Back in December 1999, he was caught up in a case after being accused of stabbing music executive Lance Rivera at the Kit Kat Club in New York City. That scandal had the entire rap world buzzing. Let's not forget, Jay himself admitted to cheating on Beyonce. He even spoke about it in 2007, and by 2014, the gossip was spinning again. That same year gave us one of the most famous celebrity clips ever: Solange attacking Jay in an elevator after the Met Gala afterparty. And Beyonce, she stood calm, almost like she agreed with her sister's anger. Insiders have whispered for years about what Jay and Beyonce's marriage really is. Industry folks claim Jay has had flings with Rihanna, Rita Ora, and Rachel Roy, all while married. And Beyonce allegedly knew, but chose not to act. For many fans, it confirmed what they had always suspected. This was more of a power couple deal than a real love story. And the rumors didn't stop. Just months ago, new reports linked Jay to Diddy. And let's be real, when you're that rich, people believe you can get away with almost anything. Most of the industry stays silent, but not 50. On the Flagrant podcast, he dropped shocking claims saying Jay-Z had been involved in drugging women, and hinting that people stay quiet because they have their own dirt tied up with Jay and Diddy. And 50 didn't stop there. On Big Boy TV, he threw another wild shot, saying, "Big homie, wanna look like a gay painter?" That line had the internet in shock. But that's 50. He doesn't just throw small shots. He goes deep, exposing what he says is the real truth about how Jay keeps control of the industry. According to him, Jay has a whole network of favors, secret deals, and silence that keeps people from speaking up. He claims the biggest names in music OJ favors, and that's why so many look the other way when his scandals surface. And 50's not just talking about small-time artists, he's talking about chart toppers, moguls, and A-list stars. He even hinted Jay keeps personal files on certain artists' private secrets that could ruin careers if they were ever leaked. He says that's why nobody dares call Jay out publicly. Except him. In one interview, 50 said, "They can't scare me, I don't need his network. I built my own." The tension has only been rising. Every time 50 speaks, the rumors pile higher. With the spotlight now back on Jay-Z's behind-the-scenes moves, people are starting to wonder how long this protection can last before more voices speak up. Over the past year, 50 has doubled down and his shots at Jay-Z are hitting harder than ever. Social media has been his weapon of choice, dropping cryptic posts, old photos, and throwback clips that fans swear are aimed directly at Jay. One of his boldest moves came when he posted an old picture of himself with Beyoncé. No caption, no context, just pure chaos. Fans instantly dragged Jay, and 50 didn't calm it down. Instead, he fueled the fire by posting another video days later, laughing and saying, "Some people get real mad when you tell the truth." Behind the scenes, whispers say 50 has been stacking even more receipts, not just on Jay, but on his whole circle. He's hinted more than once that he's saving the biggest bombs for the perfect time, and with 50's track record, that moment could shake the industry to its core. Meanwhile, Jay has been playing it cool in public, but insiders say the pressure is real. Every time 50 opens his mouth, the walls close in tighter. The question now is simple: how long before Jay finally snaps back? Then came the moment everyone was waiting for. 50 finally dropped some of his biggest bombs, and the internet went into meltdown mode. In a fiery live stream, he started naming names, connecting dots, and hinting at secret deals that were never supposed to reach the public. He painted a picture of an industry where loyalty isn't earned, it's bought, traded, and silenced. With contracts and cash, 50 claimed Jay-Z's been pulling strings at award shows, deciding who wins and who loses based on loyalty. He even alleged Jay keeps a hidden book of dirt on the biggest names in music, sports, and entertainment. According to 50, this is how Jay keeps people in line, making sure nobody dares cross him. But the biggest bombshell, 50 said there are recordings, conversations, and private meetings that could end careers overnight. He hasn't released them yet, but he made it clear they exist and he's not afraid to use them. The live stream racked up millions of views in hours, with fans saying this might be the start of the biggest rap beef fallout in history. Now everyone's watching to see if Jay-Z finally comes out swinging, or if he keeps playing the silent game. And yeah, 50 wasn't just randomly clowning Jay-Z. He roasted Jay's whole image, saying he's been trying to style himself like a Basquiat knockoff. Most rappers would never dare say that out loud, but 50, he's fearless. If he has something to say, he says it, names included, no matter who's listening. And he's not the only one. Jaguar Wright has been calling Jay-Z out for years. She's worked with him, seen how he moves behind closed doors, and according to her, Jay-Z isn't just calculated, he's dangerous. She claims the industry protects him because he's too powerful to challenge directly. 50 even said Jay and Diddy are tied together, two peas in the same pod. In his words, the only difference is, Jay plays it smarter and keeps most of his moves in the shadows. Jaguar Wright didn't hold back either. When she started talking, it felt like the floodgates opened. She painted an unfiltered picture of Jay's rise, saying it wasn't just talent, it was pure strategy, backroom deals, and silencing anyone who stood in the way. According to her, Jay has mastered the art of making people disappear, not physically, but by ending their careers before they had a chance to shine. She even claimed some scandals we've seen were staged distractions to cover the real moves happening in the background, and when it comes to his ties with Diddy, Jaguar says it's more than business. In her words, these two run things together. They're untouchable because they protect each other's secrets, and there are a lot of them. She explained those secrets are exactly why no one else dares to go against them. Once her claims hit the public, reactions came fast. Some artists quietly backed her with cryptic posts, while others rushed to dismiss her as bitter. But fans weren't buying it. If anything, the pushback made them believe her even more. Social media lit up with old clips, interviews, and photos being dug up like puzzle pieces hiding in plain sight. And of course, 50 couldn't resist. He jumped in with laughing emojis, shady captions, and throwback pics that kept everyone talking. Again, it's clear this story isn't going away anytime soon. The industry is now split in two. On one side, you've got the silenced, the powerful names, who won't say a word. On the other, you've got voices like 50 and Jaguar pulling the curtain back. And the big question remains, how much more truth is still waiting to come out? If you don't want to miss the next drop, make sure you subscribe to Public Secrets. Hit like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments.